Okay, I mentioned the little experiment with my clicker. On the very first day that I was going to be counting my negative thoughts, I explained what I was going to be doing to my family so that they would know when this was hanging around my wrist or on my arm or on the counter or in my purse, they would know what I was doing. So we got in the car to drive to school. We were driving carpool, and I set my clicker in between the two front seats on the panel. And my 9-year-old daughter picked it up, and she looked at it, and she goes, "Whoa, you have 8 clicks already? Holy cow, that's a ton." And I picked up the clicker. And I realized I'd better cover the number so that nobody can see and so that I can't watch. And I put a little piece of masking tape over the top of it. And at the end of each day, I would pull it back and see how many negative thoughts I had had. And I clicked for all sorts of things, anything that wasn't positive or uplifting. We had recently gotten a puppy, and I didn't want a dog. And so I clicked a lot. I did name the dog, though, just so you know. I clicked a lot for that puppy. I clicked one night when we went to a movie, and there were things in the movie that didn't necessarily inspire me. And I realized, well, even though the rating says I should be able to go, I can't leave it up to the world to decide what is going to be uplifting for me to watch or listen to. I clicked one night while we were on date night. Just clicking away. It was in my pocket. And I was just complaining and complaining. Perhaps I should have sung the song to myself, but I was whining and complaining about my week to my husband as if he had waited all week to go on date night with me just to listen to me complain. Things like, the house is a mess, the kids are driving me crazy, I didn't get 5 seconds to myself today, my hair doesn't look good, I have no cute clothes, stubbed my toe, my lesson isn't ready for Sunday. And I realized that if I'm going to say it, obviously I have to think it first, so I had to click myself. Now, I'm sure that I didn't get every negative thought. This is as scientific as it gets for me. I'm sure I missed some. My biggest total for that week of clicking was 145 one night when I peeled it back. So I didn't take the clicker everywhere with me. I didn't take it to church. Can you imagine? Somebody asked me, what are you doing? Why are you clicking that thing? Oh, I'm counting my negative thoughts. So when I saw how many Cheerios your family dropped, I judged you, so I had to click myself. But don't worry, I didn't click all of them, just the ones you stepped on. So at the end of a week of counting and paying attention to my negative thoughts, I woke up one morning before anyone else was awake, because that's when I like to study and spend a little time with myself and with Heavenly Father. And I sat down and I thought, I feel completely depressed this morning. I feel discouraged. I feel down. And that's not typically my personality. And I was thinking, why do I feel this way? Nothing's changed. I'm thinking through my week. Nothing is different. And then I realized, my experiment. Is it possible that by giving attention to my negative thoughts, simply by clicking, that I was giving them enough power to completely change my entire mood? So I switched. And the next week I started counting my positive thoughts. And it was so much more fun to click for positive things, to make up reasons to click, rather than chasing away negative thoughts or trying to block my negative thoughts, to fill my mind with things that were positive, so many of them centered around gratitude and things that I was grateful for. I clicked because I was grateful for the mountains and for my family and a car to drive and clothes to wear and milkshake and bedtime and nap time and bedtime and nap time. On the fourth day of clicking my positive thoughts, I pulled back the masking tape and I had clicked 1,262 times. Thank you so much. I actually went around the house saying, did anybody play with this? Did anybody get a hold of this and click? Because I was so surprised by how many positive things I had filled my mind with. But I can bear you testimony that week, when I was filling my mind, paying attention and giving credit to my positive thoughts, my entire spirit changed, my entire outlook. I felt so positive. I felt like I could accomplish anything. I actually set goals that week that I don't think I ever would have even thought of setting if I hadn't felt the way that I did. I know this is going to sound silly, but I took it on the treadmill with me and I clicked when I didn't think I could run any further, and I ended up running longer and further than I had in 20 years during that week of just filling my mind and my spirit and my soul with everything that was positive. Incidentally, a woman in our area took it to girls' camp, and every single person at their camp clicked all week, and she said they counted 330,952 clicks, and she said the energy and the spirit at camp was entirely different than anything they had ever experienced before. I love in the scriptures where Paul says that whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of good report and lovely, if there be any praise, if there be any virtue, think on these things. And when I practiced that, it sure made a difference in my life. So I've written a song. It's a brand new song, and it talks about that very concept. When we come across things in life that we don't necessarily want to, and we will, it talks about finding the good in it, because I promise in any situation, no matter how difficult, there is something for us to gain from it. There is something for us to take away and to keep. So this song is called Dancing in the Rain.